doing Super Bowl 57. Today we're going to predict each round, each game, all the way up to the Super Bowl. I'll even throw in a Super Bowl score prediction for y'all degenerate gamblers out there. I got y'all because I used to be one of y'all, but not so much anymore. But that's besides the point because y'all are here for one reason only, and that's to hear what my picks are for this Super Bowl run. Starting off in the AFC, the Houston Texans won the division, and they playing against the Cleveland Browns, who are one of the hottest teams in the league right now. C.J. Stroud, though, that boy's a dog. C.J. Stroud is him 100%. But Joe Flacco, bro, that defense, Myles Garrett's one of the best players in the entire league, probably a top 10 player in the entire league, top 3 at his position. Probably the all-black team MVP when it really comes down to it. And honestly, bro, like the Texans are good. They're just a young team. Rookie coach, and I feel like Joe Flacco's gonna have leadership. He's won a Super Bowl before, Super Bowl MVP, the whole thing, and I just think the Browns come away with this. They cooked them earlier in the season. They cooked the Texans earlier in the season, and if I had to put money on this game, I'm taking the Browns to advance to the divisional round. We got Miami and Kansas City. Love this matchup. Played earlier this year in Germany, but Tyreek Hill is headed back. Tyreek Hill is headed back to Arrowhead for the first time in his career since he left the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is going to be a crazy matchup. Tyreek's back home. I know the weather's going to be freezing cold. So them boys down in Miami, they going to be shivering me timbers. So I think this is going to be a good matchup. But even with the Chiefs' struggles all year, being up and down, looking like the Eagles, having that Super Bowl fall off the year after, which they've had this year, they still win the division. They're still decent. They just got to figure out their pass catchers. And I think Travis Kelce's going to come alive and be that number one target that he's got to be in these playoffs. So I think the Chiefs will get that dub over the Dolphins and advance to the divisional round. Shout out the Dolphins, though. They're an exciting team. They just can't beat good teams for real. We saw that against the Bills on Sunday Night Football. And we're going to see that again, probably against the Chiefs. I just don't have faith in that team. They are really injured. 2 of their best defensive players are injured, so let me cut them a little slack, but I got the Chiefs advancing. And then the last wild card game in the AFC, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers heading into Orchard Park against the Bills. The Bills just wrapped up the AFC East in an incredible game, and I like the Bills this season a lot. They've been playing great football at the right time this season, finding ways to win, even when Josh Allen's been turning the ball over. Like, that brother has been selling a little bit, but they're continuing to find ways to win, and I can respect that as a fan of the game. The Steelers, who are they going to start? Mason Rudolph? Kenny Pickett? Definitely not Trubisky. We know for damn sure they're not starting Trubisky. But Mason Rudolph has won 3-4 games in a row. Kenny Pickett, 2 gloves? I don't know if he's him. They got some weapons, but I don't think they can use them. And the biggest thing is TJ Watt is definitely not playing in this game. So that is a huge loss for that team, and I take the Bills by at least 10 points in this one. It's not going to be close. It's not going to be close. But before we talk about the second round matchups, let's go over to the NFC and talk about them sorry Eagles heading into the Bucs. For y'all that don't know, I'm an Eagles fan, unfortunately. So it's been a tough year, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep cheering for them, man. They lose, they win, they win. It's lit. But I just think there's no way we lose to the Bucs, bro, in the first round. There's no way. I know we've lost 5 of the last 6 games. We look garbage. We're losing to the Giants, the Cardinals. We're losing to some bum teams. But my boy Big Dom, y'all remember Big Dom? Every time Big Dom's been at the game, we 10-1, 10-2. Because the game we lost where he got kicked out was against the Niners. So I don't know if that counts. But if it does, we're 10-2. Without him, bro, we're 1-5. So Big Dom's back on the sidelines for the playoffs. He's going to give us the boost we need. I know y'all saw Jalen Hurts' finger. That was gross. But we're going to be good. The Bucs just beat the Panthers 9-0. I know the Panthers got a decent defense, but I'm not expecting a whole lot out of the Bucs. And after we win this game against the Bucs, this is going to give us momentum heading into the next week. But we're going to get into that. Eagles advance and beat the Bucs. Matchup of the week. We got the Rams heading into Detroit, and that is a reunion between Matt Stafford and the Lions. Matt Stafford's heading to play in Detroit for the first time in his career, but not as a Lion. So he's heading back for the first time, and this is an insane matchup. Jared Goff's playing his old team in the Rams that traded him away. And, bro, the Rams might be one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. Probably the most dangerous, not non-top seed team. Probably the most dangerous wild card team in the entire league, AFC, NFC. I think that the Rams are going to beat the Lions. They're going to upset the Lions. The Lions had their run, but, bro, Kyron, that run game is insane in the playoffs. I know Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are no scumbags, but that run game and then those two receivers on the outside, Kupp and Puka, devious. Devious at receiver. Matt Stafford, I can trust Matt Stafford in a big game 100%. I don't know if I can trust Jared Goff, because Jared Goff might just turn back into the Jared Goff that we all know and love. A scrub, a bot. You feel me? So that is very possible. But I have the Rams advancing and beating the Lions. It's going to be a great game, though. The whole storyline is going to be fantastic. But speaking of storylines, we got the Packers heading in to play in Arlington, Texas against the Dallas Cowboys. And we know all the things. Dez caught it. We got the James Jones catch. We got crazy matchups between the Packers and the Cowboys over the years, even before I was alive. But in my lifetime, I've seen some pretty crazy games. But with all that being said, the Packers normally win. I got to take the Cowboys in this one. Hurts for me to say as a Cowboys day one hater. Respect me, day one hater. They're definitely going to beat the Packers. The Packers' offenses look pretty good. They're on fire right now. Jordan Love looks like the light-skinned Aaron Rodgers. I respect it. It's cool. But the Cowboys are a different beast. I will say Micah Parsons is going to be sacking Jordan Love like 3-4 times. I don't think Green Bay's defense can do anything with Dallas's offense. CeeDee Lamb is unguardable. Jair Alexander is going to have to really have his X factor off rip. And I just don't think they're going to have that. So I got Dallas winning this one easily. But back to the AFC. In the second round, we're going to have Baltimore against the Browns. And this is another storyline. Joe Flacco heading back to the Baltimore Ravens. Back to Baltimore. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Shout out Joe Flacco. An incredible season, but this is Lamar Jackson's year. This is his year, bro. MVP. This is his year. Big trust. Big trust. I think that defense for the Browns is good, but that Ravens defense is insane, bro. Roquan, Pat Queen, Marlon Humphrey, Jadeveon Clowney, Geno Stone, Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton. Bro, their defense is insane. They probably got like 30 Pro Bowlers on their team. They got Justin Tucker, Lamar. Their receivers are playing like number 1 and number 2 receivers. They're not dropping passes. They're not looking like the Chiefs receivers. So that's really exciting to see as a Lamar fan that his team is hooping. But I got the Ravens advancing to the AFC Championship game. And they will be playing the winner of the Chiefs and the Bills. And this is another big matchup. We remember the 13 seconds at Arrowhead. Patty Mahomes did Patty Mahomes tings. But this time it's time for Josh Allen to do Josh Allen tings. I got Josh Allen beating the Chiefs in Orchard Park because this is an away game for Patrick Mahomes, something he hasn't done. He's played neutral site games in the playoffs, but he's never played an away game in the playoffs. But I will say, if he does go into Orchard Park and get that dub, he really is the GOAT. No cap, he really is the GOAT. But I still got Josh Allen. I think this is just their top 3 hottest teams in the league right now, too. So I think they have a lot of momentum going into that game, assuming, they beat Pittsburgh and everything that I predicted goes the way that I got it going. But yeah, I got the Bills advancing to the AFC Championship game to play Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. Back over to the NFC. It's going to be an Eagles-Cowboys matchup and a Rams-49ers matchup. And best believe, them Eagles are not losing to no Cowboys. I don't care if the Cowboys are at home. I don't care that they don't lose at home. After the Eagles beat the Bucs, they're going to be like, oh, wait. I forgot. We're actually good at football. We know how to play football. Big Dom's on the sideline looking all big. Gabagoo. Gabagoo. He's on the sideline all Italian and buff and whatnot, all mafia type. And Dak's going to get scared, and he's going to be quarterback looking goofy as hell. So the Eagles are going to beat the Cowboys in Dallas. It's going to be a good game, though. Every rivalry divisional game is going to be a great game. I can't wait for that game and to talk crazy to all them Cowboy fans. And see the Eagles advance to the NFC Championship game once again. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then the Rams against the Niners. Of all the teams in the NFC, the one team that I think can actually beat the Niners is the Rams. The Rams have it all. They have it all. Not to the certain extent that the 49ers do, but the Rams, it's a pretty damn good football team right there. But they don't have enough. The Niners are the Niners. Brock Purdy just has to game manage, and they'll be fine. Give it to Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, crossing routes, Debo screen, Brandon Ayuk, drag routes, streaks. Easy. Like, put me at quarterback. So, type shit, you know? I feel like I could really get that going. But yeah, so we're going to have another Eagles, 49ers, NFC Championship in San Francisco this time. But first, let me tell you, Ravens, Bills. Who's going to the Super Bowl? The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to keep it short and simple. Like I said, it's the Ravens year. Lamar Jackson, him, big trust. The Bills are good, though. Don't get me wrong. The Bills are a good team. I just think that, barring any injuries, let me knock on wood, but that's an insane team, Baltimore. Like, that defense is insane. And Lamar really has to be a game manager for them, too, because I think Josh Allen, if anything, will lose the game respectfully before he wins the game for them. But yeah, I got Lamar Jackson going to the Super Bowl and shutting all the haters up for real. And who will he be facing? You thought I was going to say the Eagles because I'm an Eagles fan? I wanted to say, of course I am, but I got to be realistic with myself. And I got the Niners beating the Eagles at home. Shout out the Eagles. Rough end to the season. Hopefully we bounce back next season. But yeah, I don't think we're getting past the Niners this year, honestly, as a non-biased fan. The Niners are just too good. They have our number right now. We're pretty injured. We'll see who's playing at this time. But based off what I'm seeing right now, the Eagles will be lucky to make it to the NFC Championship. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm biased in that aspect. But the 49ers are elite, and we're going to see a Week 16 rematch from Week 16. Ravens and 49ers down in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. I need y'all to comment right now who y'all got. And I'm going to tell you who I got in like 3 seconds while y'all start typing and like the video and subscribe. Tight shit. Yes, sir. But here we go. Ravens 49ers rematch. Brock Purdy in the Super Bowl? Nuh-uh. I'm not having it, bro. We're not having it. My boys Patrick Queen and Roquan are on that ass, Brock. They on that ass, Brock. They coming for you, gang. Lamar Jackson is going to hold up that Super Bowl trophy. John Harbaugh is going to be, woo, big trust. You're going to see my boy Justin Tucker throwing up gang signs because he's been in B-more for a long time. And, yeah, the 49ers are going to go home sick. Bang, bang, Niner gang going home. No cap. But, yeah, it's going to be a great playoffs. If y'all didn't comment who y'all think is going to win the Super Bowl, comment right now. If y'all want to put in your whole prediction for the entire thing, go ahead. I'm going to reply to every comment that I see because I mess with y'all. But make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for tapping into my long-form video. We got more coming. It's just the beginning. Just had to get my feet wet a little. Tight shit. But, yeah, we got more coming. And this is going to be a crazy Super Bowl this year, man. Yeah, can't wait.